So after my 1000th unannounced disappearance, I'm surprised anyone's even going to watch this fucking video. But I'm here anyway. We're going to talk about where the fuck I've been again for the 1000th time. And many other things. Punk and Drew, The Rock, WWE 2K24, many topics we've got to talk about today. But obviously the first one, where the fuck have I been? And why didn't I say anything to where I've been? So there are three reasons behind this. Number one, which is the most insignificant reason, there's another project I'm working on. I'm not going to announce what that is yet, because I want to see if I can commit to this project before I announce anything, because I tend to announce things prematurely. I give up on those things and never talk about them again. So I'm gonna wait to see if I can commit on this project before telling you guys about it. Number two, AEW. I have gained a reputation, even though it's a small reputation, a reputation has been gained that I am an anti-AEW channel. And I get that, because I am an anti-AEW channel. But I don't want to be. I am sick of going to Google Images, Tony Khan, get a picture of Tony Khan for that thumbnail. I'm sick of having to cover AEW all the time. I'm sick of talking about AEW. I am. I've had enough. I don't want to talk about AEW anymore. Now I know that's going to hurt my views, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to talk about AEW anymore. Their product is not for me. They've made it very clear it's not for me. So I'm just not going to talk about them anymore because I don't care. I don't care. They got their TV deal, sure. Cool, good for them. Check out the WBD stock. Go and Google Google Images. Go and Google, for 2 seconds, WBD stock. Compare their share price to TKO stock or even Disney stock. And you're going to see some nasty shit if you check out their stock, okay? So, I don't care. They got a TV deal. Good for them. Don't give a shit. Warner Brother Discovery are clearly a bunch of fucking morons, okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. AEW, I'm sick of covering them. Don't want to cover them anymore. Don't want to talk about them. If a wrestler is leaving AEW and going to WWE, I will talk about it. If a wrestler is leaving WWE to go to AEW, I will talk about it. But I'm not going to talk about anything that's solely AEW. I'm not going to talk about stupid things Tony said or stupid things the wrestlers have said. I'm not going to talk about the ratings anymore. There's no more ratings day. I'm just not going to focus on AEW as much as I did. And I'm going to focus more on things that I enjoy, or things that I don't quite enjoy but believe they can be improved on and believe that they will be improved on, rather than saying the same fucking thing every fucking week about Tony and AEW and everything else, okay? Because I'm sick of it. I've had enough. I don't care anymore. The third thing is I have to have a drip every 3 weeks. It's not starting yet, but it's going to be starting soon. And from what the consultant I spoke to made it sound like, it's going to be lasting for a very long time. So this thing that I've been hiding from you for a while, well, for since I started, because I've had this my entire life. But I have something called NF2, neurofibromatosis. I'm not going to go into detail about what that is, but I have tumours, benign tumours inside my head. So I'm going to be taking this medication every 3 weeks. I've got to go to a hospital miles away every 3 weeks to have this drip put in me. It's like this, I believe they said they use it for cancer patients, but the dose I'm on won't be as strong. It's going to fuck me up a little bit. It's going to be some dirty shit. and I'm not looking forward to it. In fact, I'm very scared of taking it because I don't like things being put in my veins, for one, and two, I mean, it's a form of cancer treatment. I don't know what this is going to do to me. I don't trust the NHS. I don't. I have my reasons behind that. I do not trust medical professionals at all. Okay? I do not trust them one bit, and I have very good reason not to trust them. So, and it's nothing to do with COVID, by the way, or the vaccine. Nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. Past personal experience, okay? So, I've got that to deal with. I've got that playing on my mind. So, I'm not thinking, yeah, I need to go make a video. I'm thinking, I've got this coming up. And knowing my luck, they're going to call me, and they're going to say, hey, we know we've got Christmas in 2 weeks, but can you come in 2 weeks? Get to December. They're going to tell me, oh yeah, we want you on the 23rd of December, right before Christmas. Because that's how these people like to treat me. They like to inconvenience my life the most that they can. So I've got a lot of things to focus on. And that's why I've been away for well over a week. Might be it's coming up to 2 weeks. I can't remember. But now we've got all that out of the way, we need to talk about the main topics. First of all, I want to talk about WWE 2K24. And usually when I talk about WWE 2K24, and I had a bit of an eye twitch there, it's always negative. I can't stand WWE 2K24 or 2K games, WWE games. Every single game that they put out, there's always a problem with it. People say to me, oh yeah, WWE 2K19's the best ever. Or not the best ever, but the best 2K game. I go to play it myself, find out that Money in the Bank is completely broken in universe mode to the point where you can't use it. And 2K20's like that as well. So I'm saying, thinking, people told me this was the best game. Well, why is my Money in the Bank briefcase not working? Okay, and so that's the problem that was never fixed in that game. And there's been many problems in all the games that were never fixed. And a couple of those problems made it into 2K24. They just threw it in, didn't fix anything, right? So the first thing I want to talk about that pissed me off with 2K24 was My Rise. Okay, now. The 2K22 My Rise, I liked that to a degree because I had many options and many avenues that I could go down. And I started in the Performance Center. I went to NXT. That's what I want to do. I don't want to start in a fucking Universal Championship tournament where I win and beat Cody Rhodes on my first fucking night. Oh, and I've been on Raw for 2 years previously before I start the career mode. No, that's not My Rise, okay? I want to start fresh and work my way up, which 2K22 allowed me to do to a degree. They didn't expand it as much as they could have, but over the years, it's just gone downhill. They've made it worse every year. Okay, so there's only one more place I can put my own customized character and build a legacy on that customized character, and it's Universe Mode. Now, Universe Mode has its problems, but one of the main issues I had with Universe Mode was the statistics. Now, I like my Universe Mode to be as realistic as possible, which means I want all the stats to be correct, and I want to add to those stats without something bugging out or glitching out that's going to ruin my entire experience for Universe Mode. And I'm being serious, it ruins my entire experience, okay? It isn't immersive enough for me, and I think, what's the fucking point? What's the point in playing Universe Mode when if someone I'm playing as wins a championship and has a manager in his corner, that manager then also adds to the championship statistics. For example, if I win the Intercontinental Championship with Finn Balor, but Dominic Mysterio is in his corner as the manager, Dominic Mysterio then gets added onto the lineage for the Intercontinental Championship, saying that he's a one-time champion. No, that is ridiculous, and that's actually been in there since 2K22, and they didn't fix that, and my earphone keeps falling out. They didn't fix that. Up until 2K24, never fixed. And I'm going to put something on the screen right now. You can see this here, CM Punk. 0 everything. No years active, no WrestleMania, no Royal Rumble, no Money in the Bank, nothing. It's all fresh, and it shouldn't be that way. Now, let me switch over to this image. It's been fixed. Everything that I have been pissed off with in universe mode has been fixed. That is from people's stats being accurate, because Gunther was the same, all this stuff was 0. LA Knight, all this stuff was 0, right? I didn't like it, I hated it. And then you had the manager situation with Paul Heyman being Universal Champion on this Paul Heyman's a one-time Universal Champion. That's been fixed. The WrestleMania statistics, if you edit a match and put it on WrestleMania, it won't be an official WrestleMania match, which is weird. And it's the same with the Royal Rumble. If you edited anything out of what the card gave you, it wouldn't be official. So, with the stats anyway, and for someone like me who's probably got severe autism, the stats mean everything. So, now that that's been fixed, all of it's been fixed, I can enjoy Universe Mode again. And that's why I'm talking about 2K24 today. So if you're like me and you're on the spectrum in some way, and you really need those stats to be accurate, it's fixed. It's finally fixed. Does that mean it's going to be fixed in 2K25 as well? Probably not. It'll probably carry on over. Excuse me. It'll probably carry on over until they fix it halfway through the year for that game year cycle. So that's what I want to talk about 2K24, man. I'm so happy that it's finally been fixed and I can have an immersive, realistic universe mode for the first time in forever. In forever. So I'm really fucking happy about that. Next, we need to talk about Bad Blood, and we're going to go for three segments here. We're going to talk about Punk and Drew, and then we're going to talk about the Goldberg Gunther situation. Then we're going to talk about the main event tag match. So I'm going to try and make this as fast as possible, so I don't fucking end up hearing some noise downstairs, because everyone likes to make my life stressful, but we'll start with Punk and Drew. Now, I'm not going to go play-by-play with the match like JD and other people do, but I will say this. It's been a very long time, and there hasn't been a real Hell in a Cell match in my lifetime, okay? Well, in fact, no, there has been, but since I've been watching, because I started watching in 2009, that's around the time they made Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and they made it a yearly gimmick, and then over the years, they made the Cell Red. And then I just didn't care anymore. I didn't care for Hell in a Cell. No one else did either. Then Triple H brought it back at WrestleMania 39. The Red Cell was gone, but the match in itself wasn't very good. It wasn't very good. It was Edge versus Finn Balor. It was underwhelming. It wasn't a Hell in a Cell match, really. It was a WWE style. No holds barred, no DQ match, just with a cell there, just for the sake of it being there. This time, you felt that this was a Hell in a Cell match. It had a feud which needed Hell in a Cell. You had both men bleeding crimson mask Drew McIntyre, okay, but both men pretty much had a crimson mask. Which you don't see in WWE, okay? Now I know there's going to be some people saying, but you didn't like this in AEW, so why do you like this in WWE? Okay? Now there wasn't really anything in this match that screamed disgusting, degenerate bullshit like the AEW stuff. This was wrestling. This was wrestling. This is how a Hell in a Cell match is supposed to be. This is how a hardcore match is supposed to be. This is wrestling. This is what wrestling's about, because they told a story within this match. Okay? Even after the match, the selling, Drew selling, Punk selling, everyone made everything meaningful instead of hey, let's do this. This is going to be gory. This will get people talking. This will be edgy. No, they don't need to do that. They don't need to do that. They include these things within the match rather than make them a talking point about the match. To the point where they are using syringes and real cinder blocks and things like that. And chair shots to the head. There was none of that. There was blood. There was weapons. But there wasn't any gory, goofy, disgusting bullshit within this match. And I have to say, as much as I don't like CM Punk as a person, Phil Brooks, I don't like Phil Brooks, fucking love CM Punk. CM Punk back in WWE is one of the best things that could have ever happened. And I remember back at Survivor Series when I was one of the only people that was riding that train, that CM Punk train. CM Punk's going to return. All the dirt sheets were saying no, apart from Boozer, but he's now disappeared. Everyone was saying no, it's never going to happen, it's never going to happen, it's never going to happen. It happened. And I was fucking ecstatic when it did. And because of the merger with TKO, the return of CM Punk, lots of things played a factor. CM Punk's injury to get to this match, this Hell in a Cell match, and it's what we needed. It's what we needed from Bad Blood, the return of Bad Blood. Needed blood for one. Imagine Bad Blood without blood. But it needed blood, it got the blood. And it was a great match. I'm very happy for everyone involved. CM Punk didn't get injured, which is fucking fantastic. I can't wait to see what both guys do next. I can't wait to see it, because now they're done. The feud's over, that's the blow-off. Punk can go in his direction. Drew can go in his direction. What directions they're going to go in, I don't know, which is the best thing about it. I like not knowing things. Next, we're going to talk about this weird segment, man. So, Triple H comes out to unveil the Crown Jewel Championship, which, this is obviously a thing that the Saudi government want. That is obviously we want the I'm not going to put on an accent. That's going to get me cancelled. They're basically saying that they demand this championship to be done. Okay, that's what this is about. So it's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. Whoever wins becomes the Crown Jewel champion. And we're never going to see this belt again until next year, because apparently this is going to be an annual thing now. Which, yeah. No. Okay, no. So, Goldberg was in the crowd. Gunther comes out, and Gunther says to Gabe, Goldberg's son, that I hope Goldberg was a better father than he is a professional wrestler. Goldberg then hops the fucking barricade, and Gunther walked, and shit, man. Are we gonna get Gunther versus Goldberg? I don't know, but it isn't something we need to worry about, okay? It isn't something we need to worry about. Not back when, remember back when we'd see Goldberg return, and he'd be in a championship match immediately, and we'd all groan and moan, oh no. Because that's when Vince was running the show. Vince isn't running the show anymore, Triple H is. Triple H does long-term booking, not randomly, let's put a belt on Goldberg for 27 days, and then he drop it to somebody else. We're not going to get that. So if we get Gunther versus Goldberg, Gunther's going to win that, 100%. I don't know how they're going to do it, because Goldberg, he does squash matches. Is Gunther going to squash him in 3 minutes? I don't know, but the last time we heard about Goldberg, he was done with WWE. His contract expired. So this is one the dirt sheets didn't get, man. If Goldberg's back with WWE for a Legends deal or whatever, yeah, they've obviously done this for a reason. They've obviously done this for a reason. Gunther versus Goldberg, I don't mind that, because Vince isn't running the show anymore. We don't need to worry about Gunther being buried. like what happened to Bray Wyatt and Kevin Owens and so many fucking more, okay? We don't need to worry about that. No moaning, no groaning. We can actually enjoy a Goldberg run, which is fantastic. Again, the Saudi stuff, man. The Crown Jewel Championship. No. And finally, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, and the return of The Rock. So again, I'm not going play by play. You watch the match. You know what happened. You don't need me to sit here and tell you what happened. I will say that the crowd was popping for the smallest fucking things in this match. Okay? And Devontae Rackley said it perfectly, because I watched his review before I did my video. When you can get people popping louder for a handshake or a fucking handing over a championship louder than someone doing a 450 moonsault off a ladder into a pane of glass, that's when you know you're doing something right. That's when you know you're doing something right, and that's when you know you don't need to do all these stupid spots. But when someone like Roman Reigns is getting a louder reaction from just doing a gesture, from just getting a tag, that's when you know you've got a megastar on your hands, and that's when other people should know that, hey, they should think, hey, maybe this shit I do, which breaks my body, isn't actually necessary. Maybe it isn't, and it isn't. It isn't necessary. So again, great match. Roman and Cody win. Jacob Fatu protected. The no selling. I give Jacob Fatu a fucking pass. I'm going to be honest. He does it so well that I'm going to give him a pass. Okay, his facials with the no selling work. It's not like Will Ospreay where he just gets up and does a move and then they go, let's all fall down. He's a monster and he wants to fucking eat everyone. He wants to eat your bones. So that's where I give Jacob Fatu a pass with the no selling. Okay. Jacob Fatu gets put through a table. Roman pins Solo, and we have the return of Jimmy Uso as well. I was wondering when Jimmy was going to come back. Rikishi put something weird out, hinting at Jimmy being unwell or something, but Jimmy's fine. Jimmy's back. Finally, no Paul Heyman yet, but Jimmy's back. Everyone wins. Cody gets attacked after the match. Roman and Jimmy then go and help Cody. They embrace at the end, so they're all friends now. And then, if you smell what the final boss is cooking, we get The Rock back. The Rock comes out. And anytime this happens, where we get a return and the guy comes out and doesn't do anything, I like to call this like a post-credit scene, right? Like in the MCU, where you get a reveal at the end, a big reveal at the post-credit scene. You don't get them anymore because the MCU isn't good anymore, but you used to get good post-credit scenes, right? That's how I class these. Like with Bray Wyatt returning, he came back, nothing happened at the end, he just came back, he returned, right? I'd call that a post-credit scene. CM Punk, he came back, went off the air, didn't do anything, no interaction, post-credit scene. This one, I'm gonna give the same post-credit scene thing, right? So I know when people say it's weird that we get a return and then it goes off the air, and I think it's weird as well, but that's how I've dubbed it now. It's like a WWE post-credit scene, okay? So what happens now? What happens now is The Rock is going to side with Solo, Jacob, and the rest of them, and he's more than likely going to be involved in the War Games match, which is something I thought it was going to be 4-on-4. I didn't think The Rock would be involved, but now I'm starting to think The Rock's involved. It's going to be a 5-on-5. So we've got the Bloodline with The Rock. We've got Solo, Jacob, the Tongas. We've got Roman. We've got Jimmy. I don't think Cody's going to be involved because Cody's going to be going off and doing his own thing with Gunther at Crown Jewel, and then he's probably going to have something else at Survivor Series. So I don't think Cody's going to be in this match. He's not a member of the Bloodline. We've got Roman Jimmy. We're going to have Jay, Sammy, and then who's going to be number 5? Who's going to be number 5? Now, I remember one of Tama Tonga's brothers being signed reportedly. I don't think it's going to be him. I can't remember what his name is. I ain't gonna lie. I can't remember what the guy's name is. I just remember it's Tama Tonga's brother. Apparently he's tall. And apparently WWE were going to call him Tonga Tonga or some shit, right? Zilla Fatu could be. It could be one of those guys. But we're going to wait and see. But right now, it's a 5-on-4 situation. We need to incorporate Jay and Sammy in here somehow. And then we need to get a 5th member going. Whoever that's going to be, don't know. And that's what I like, man. I have no idea who that 5th member is going to be. Because it's going to be it needs to be a 5-on-5. It needs to be a 5-on-5. We need Bloodline versus Bloodline. We need Sami Zayn in there. We need Jey Uso in there. We need The Rock in there. And we need a 5th member for Roman's team. Who's it going to be? Could it be Cody? It might be. But I'd prefer if it wasn't. I prefer if it was someone of the family. Then it's Bloodline versus Bloodline. If you've got Cody in there, it's not really Bloodline versus Bloodline, is it? Cody's not part of the Bloodline. So, I don't know, man. We'll see. But let me know what you think about all these topics I've talked about today. Obviously, the stuff that has kept me away is what it is. 2K24, I probably wasted your time with that, but I don't care. I'm very happy and ecstatic that I have a universe mode to play with again. That's not buggy. It's not full of bugs and shit. I'm happy about that. All they need to do now is add in promos again. That'd be nice. Add in some promos. That'd be nice. Bring back promos. Punk and Drew, what do you guys think about that, man? Hell in a Cell, fucking fantastic. The Saudi Championship, the Crown Jewel Championship, Goldberg, Gunther, and the main event, the return of The Rock. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, follow me on X, Crossman25. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.